Hey, welcome back. J.P.s World of Wrestling. Again, I got my man Joe here. And today, boop, we're talking about Rowdy Roddy Piper. Now, everybody has heard my Rowdy Roddy Piper story. I'm not going to go into that this time, but I'm going to talk about this figure and Roddy's actual career a little bit. I like this figure. This is the original Hasbro figure. The only thing I might have changed about this is like without the kilt, but I'm not picky.
Yeah, because it's hard plastic.
Yeah.
It didn't stop us when we were kids from playing with it.
No.
And he was actually one of my first two figures. My first two ever were that one, and then the open-handed Gorilla Press Hulk Hogan.
Right. And yeah, I mean, where we grew up in Portland, I mean, Roddy Piper was like, he was basically Hulk Hogan there because he's such a big deal. And he actually had an auto body shop on one of the main streets in Portland that he later sold to the grappler Len Denton. But yeah, Roddy Piper, everybody remembers him for his outlandish promos in the Piper's Pit, where one time he hit Jimmy Snuka with a coconut.
Oh, for real though.
And that was brutal. That was brutal even to watch.
Yeah, he literally shattered a real coconut on his face.
In fact, when me and my first wife Marcy went to get his autograph, the people right ahead of us had a coconut that they wanted him to sign, and he laughed. He was like, "Oh my goodness," you know.
Right.
But he was happy to. And the guy, like two people ahead of me, they actually wanted him to put the sleeper hold on him.
Oh my goodness.
And he's like, doesn't bother me. It's not. I'm not the one going to put on me. But
yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, there's Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
And
Roddy, well, I got another secret surprise. We do this for your channel now.
Okay.
You're the one with the exclusive access to this collection.
Mm-hmm.
But before I reveal the secret surprise that we have pulled from the shelves, I was going to say Rowdy Piper was one of those that I, as a kid, didn't really connect with. I didn't really understand.
Right.
When I was a little kid, and it was like a little kid.
Yeah.
It was Rock and Roll and Wrestling, the cartoon show. I just knew that he was the bad guy because you had to have a protagonist represent the evil side of the dilemma, with Hulk Hogan being the good guy, you know.
Right.
Or the antagonist.
Yes.
And Hulk is the protagonist.
Yes.
Anyway, you had to have good guy, bad guy.
Yeah.
But then later, when he was in the blue trunks and mid 90s, and like I totally, and I don't mean to sound disrespectful to the legacy of Piper, but as a kid who wanted to see great big giant guys like King Kong Bundy just fight stuff out, I didn't get what his shtick was. And I remember always feeling like I had no memory of him ever being pinned, and so I would get really bored with whatever the outcome of his matches were going to be.
And does
that make sense?
It does, and that's interesting that you say that because everybody always talks about how Hulk Hogan refused to be pinned by people. Piper did it too, but nobody talks about Piper doing that. Now, I mean, I like Piper just because when I met him, he was just super nice, super sweet guy.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of that way too. He didn't really wrestle. He was more of a brawler, and like his promos were kind of all over the place, and he was kind of loud, and some of his promos didn't make any sense. But he had a really good match with Bret Hart at WrestleMania 8.
I don't know that I remember that one.
Yeah, it was for the Intercontinental title. Piper had just won the Intercontinental title from the Mountie at the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
The Mountie had won it from Bret Hart because there was this house show where Bret was sick.
Okay.
But he still wanted to defend the title because he's a fighting champion, and so the Mountie ended up beating him. But he kept beating Bret with his stupid shock stick gimmick, and so Piper.
Oh, that's right.
And so where they be that cheesy like sound effect.
He's got this little nightstick, but they're putting the sound it makes over the whole arena PA system.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, Piper came in to rescue Bret, so then. To get back at the Mountie, Piper challenges Mountie for the title just like a few days later at the Royal Rumble, and Piper wins. That was Piper's only single title in the WWF. But then Bret wanted his title back, so they wrestled at WrestleMania 8, and then Bret ended up winning it back.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, no disrespect at all to the legacy of Piper.
Right.
obviously he was hugely influential
Yeah.
in the business when he was there. I'm just saying that as a child,
Yeah.
not caring about the behind the scenes
Yeah.
algorithms of what makes a successful event, I just remember feeling like I never cared about the outcomes of his matches, and I didn't have any memories of him ever being pinned or I just
Yeah.
he was, but it doesn't surprise me that he had a great match with
Yeah.
Brett.
Yeah.
Because Brett would kind of insist that a guy have a great match.
Mm-hmm.
So, you ready for the secret reveal?
Yeah.
So,
here we go.
as always, we try to pull a little something special off the shelves, and I'm thinking, and you see what I'm seeing, right?
Yes.
I'm thinking maybe we go to the top of the shelf and pull up a mega reveal just for this channel. What do you think?
Yes. In fact,
it'll take me a second to get it down, but I just might do it.
In fact, the last time I was here, I said I was going to show like something up there. Then I never did. I said I was going to do it, then I didn't do it.
Was that what you were thinking?
Well, that plus the Hogan one.
Oh, okay. We might have to save that one for the Hogan episode.
Yeah, but
all right. So here's reveal number 1. Okay. Rowdy Roddy Piper LJN without kilt.
Without kilt.
To this day, I have most of the accessories. Like I've got Coco Beware's Frankie. I've got Cowboy Bob Orton's hat, Hillbilly Jim's hat, but I don't have kilt. And I'm not highly motivated to go find kilt. But there you have it. Rowdy Piper LJN.
Yep.
He's pretty clean.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a minute. Talk to your fans. Talk to your viewers, and I will go find the mega reveal.
All right. Yeah, so Roddy Piper. Everybody has like that one wrestler that they remember that they never really connected to, and that's okay, because wrestling, everybody has those guys that they like, everybody has those guys that they don't like, and that's okay. That's totally fine.
Okay.
And here we are.
All right. From the top shelf. Are you ready?
Ooh.
Now that's a big figure.
That is a big figure. They had 2 figures of this size, Piper and a Hogan, but this one has the kilt. He's got this gimmick thing, this belt thing in front.
And this, to give you some perspective, these LJNs were what, 9 inches?
Yeah, something like that.
So just to give you some perspective, 9 inches. That I think that's an 18-inch figure.
Yeah.
Something roughly from probably 96-ish, 94.
No, that's
maybe older.
Yeah, that's from the 80s right there.
Oh, okay. Well, we can find out. I'm sure somewhere. Well, maybe we can't. He's probably on his back. Yeah, it's probably on his back.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you're super curious, you can look it up online. But there you go. And yep, fabric cloth kilt. The T-shirt's actually fabric. Rowdy Piper. We went to the top shelf for that one.
That's exactly right.
Do you remember who made these? Was this LJN?
I don't know. I think it might have been. I don't know.
Well, if you guys haven't heard J.P.'s other Rowdy Piper stories, go back in his channel and check them out. Some of them are really sweet, man. Your first wife, before she passed away, you guys got to meet him. You had a soda pop sign that you ended up giving away, which you regret because the individual that got it may or may not appreciate it now. You can see his face tells it. That's probably not for the channel.
Well, but because I had 2 of them, and I gave him the better one, because the one I have, the signature's all kind of choppy. I gave him the better one just because, to be nice. Nevertheless, yeah, I wish I had that one back.
Well, Rowdy Piper.
But I have the DVD that was signed, and it's autographed to me specifically. So there's that. Anyway, if you're new here, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.